Okay, I'm joined today by Jill and her father Gordon Alexander. They've come all the way from Canada to learn more about their Alexander connections in Donegal. Jill, you were going to give us a brief outline of the type of information you've already gathered and what type of information you're looking for.
Wonderful. My father, Gordon, has done a fair bit of research on the family tree, and what we know, what we're trying to research more about is here in Donegal, is that his ancestors came here in 1613, and John Alexander of Arity received some lands in Donegal, 2 portions of land in Arity, and this was passed down to his son, who became known as Captain John Alexander. And we think that Alexander, his son, carried on in Tyrone County. We're not too sure about all the details, but we've followed the family tree down to a Thomas Alexander.
Okay, can you turn that around? Maybe have a little look at. You've done quite a bit of work, I know.
Yes, this is a part of the family tree that my dad has put together over
I don't know if the
time.
camera breaks it up, but it certainly is quite a bit of information. So, Gordon, you've been working for about 15 years and doing all this research.
I've been involved with some guidance from a cousin probably for 20 years, but I've worked more seriously on it in the last 15 years.
Okay.
And I'm running out of steam.
Okay. Well, you still look as if you have a lot of steam left.
We had, well, there was one uncle of mine, Ernest C. Alexander, who was the son that went from high school days to railroad building. And he ended up working all his life for the Bangor-Naroostook Railway in our adjacent province of Maine, of the state of Maine is next to our province in New Brunswick. But the theme in the Alexander family, both for women and men and women, was more education and search out to specialize and join in the building of our country. And they were great contributors. My own uncles were either builders, owners, or operators of railways, Canadian Pacific being one of the main railways. And just by chance in my own career as a civil engineer, I became a service provider in engineering to the Canadian Pacific and their properties out west in Western Canada. And it went from there. The company I represented, Montreal Engineering Company, was founded by Lord Beaverbrook, Max Aiken. And through these contacts of my former relatives and the company men, we ended up, even towards the end of my career, our company joint ventured with the engineering department of Canadian Pacific and Swan and Mooster of Vancouver, and we did a big energy project to aid the Indonesians in their electric power founded by steam and fuel coal. And we sort of went full circle around from being a service provider to Canadian Pacific to being in joint venture.
Well, Gordon, I'm just listening to you there, and you have enough information inside your head to produce a book of the with all the knowledge you have about the railroads and the education system. But Jill, you mentioned earlier, if there's anybody with any information about the Alexanders,
we would really appreciate you to drop a note and make a note in the little box that is going to be underneath this YouTube video.
Yeah,
right?
and it'll be on social media.
On social
So
media.
thank you very much, and wish you success with your Alexander endeavours.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay,
Thanks so much.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.